Hello everybody, welcome back to another video here at Rule 1 Model Railways. This is a very big milestone video, so I really do want to thank everybody that has subscribed. We've now reached 1,000 subscribers. I never thought we would get this far and there'd be enough people interested, but I've been proved wrong, so thank you very much. In this video I'm going to show you a layout I've not shown you yet that I have. It's only something small, but it's for 1,000 subscribers, so it is an unveil. Stay tuned for more. So our big layout unveil, which is actually a really small layout, is this one here. This is Weston East. And it's a model railway that I have exhibited a few times, but never featured on the channel. This layout is a completely analog layout, DC, so I can run all my older stock. It's made from the leftovers when I originally built my first layout, Western Town. You might be seeing a bit of a series here of Western this and Western that, but there you go, that's how you know layout's mine, I guess, now. Yes, this is the layout that I built using the leftover materials from that layout. Everything I had to buy apart from the wood was ordered in by post, so I over ordered everything that I got. And this is the result of it, just the leftover bits, just in case I make mistakes on the original layout, which I have since scrapped, but I still have this one, so it's incredibly handy for DC locos. The layout itself features a small rundown platform, where that runs in underneath the tunnel as well. Two lines are operated as separate lines, so there's a freight line and a passenger line, of which they both join together up this end here, onto the single line off to wherever the line's supposed to go to. We have had some water damage, unfortunately, but I will get around to fixing that. And we have some shops, starting from this end. Just a Metcalf kit, the cinema. The kids love seeing Harry Potter on there. Cash converters and this cafe. Hairdressers, Greg's, Iceland. KFC. Car phone warehouse. It's your typical sort of rundown street, really. Pound Stretcher, obviously Ann Summers. And Tesco. So as always, it's depict a very common street scene that we might have here in the UK. And then moving around the back, the whole layout is self-contained. We have a few storage yards, and there's the two lines going out. The layout was originally controlled by a Hornby train set controller. Wasn't very good, so that was changed to this. We now use a Gauge Master Combi, and that's proven to be brilliant. That's been really good for us. I could also power the points from that, but before I installed that, I actually installed a 16-volt AC out power unit there. Another Gauge Master kit. That's incredibly old, that one. I think that's a couple of decades old, and still going strong. Points are controlled in the back by surface mounted points. Point motors, Pico ones. And out the front there's a PL10 underneath, 10E, controlling this one. Under there. Looking under the layout, it's incredibly simple. You've got your switches, CDU, and some wiring around the layout for different points. There really is nothing to this layout at all. It's been done as cheap as possible. It's been done as basic as possible. And when I go to shows, I show people underneath the layout how simple it is to actually wire up an exhibition layout if they really wanted to, or wanted something small to fit inside a flat or somewhere. They don't have space for a layout. So really I have this one just to show where people could start. As I say, it has been shown at some shows. So November 9, 2019, we went to the Whitehead Railway Museum, their very first exhibition. And then March of this year, just before lockdown, Krieger Model Railway Exhibition in Belfast. But without further ado, I suppose we should get some trains running. We'll get the freight going first. There we are. You can see I've used different colour foliages, the poppy stuff, and then the darker colours on top of the lighter base. I have painted all of the plaster of Paris bandage stuff on top of my polystyrene brown so that when it shows through it doesn't look too bad. What else have we done? This is all scale scenes printed out paper that the card has been lined with, the same for the wall behind. There's a ratio control box down there. There are two bridges, one for passengers, one for cars. Some ratio track side conduit. But it all looks, as I say, nice and run down. Just like most almost inner suburban scenes do on the railway. Now, we're going to pause this train when it comes around the next time. And we're going to stick that one down there. So you can see they can't quite get all the way into the fiddle yard. About there's where you want them, or a bit further I could. Whoopsie daisy. Keep trying. There. It does leave some out the front, but it looks like a train waiting really. Or you can have it shorter, whichever way. I've mounted the switches there. They're very basic, unlabelled, just to push to make contact ones. Which one's I need to do? I need to do these two to swap the running line. So that one and this one. Change the direction. Hopefully we'll get a 159 to run. That hasn't run since we went to the Krieger show earlier this year. Let's hope it still goes. Hadn't done one of the points properly. But there we go, it is still running. Although it has stopped. Keep going. Dirty track, I'd say. Yeah, dirty track. Now it's belting along. Slow that down a bit. There we go, looks a bit better. This is the sort of layout I enjoy running manually. Compared to Western Parkway, I really wouldn't enjoy running that one manually. It's just too complex for me to handle on my own. With all them fiddle yards there. This one, on the other hand, is a nice little shunting puzzle at the back. And a good bit of fun just to operate. Now that water damage, unfortunately, that I was speaking about earlier occurred when I went to the last exhibition. It rained as we were putting it away, so I'll need to redo that at some point. That won't be too long though. It's an afternoon's worth of work. And we're ready for shows again. Okay, we'll stop that one again at the platform. And it is amazing after a little bit of running how well the older Graham Farris stuff does tend to run sometimes. We'll just get those points changed, we'll run the other one again. There we go. Off it goes. Look how it's running real nice and slow, like that. You can get a realistic squeak off of the cargo wagons because they don't like corners. The plans for this layout are as follows. We're going to keep it for our DC testing. We're going to get that card replaced that's water damaged, and we're actually going to build a box for it. So it'll be a box that goes over this section here, over the top and down the back. And what I'm aiming to do is have a self-contained layout that once the box is on top of it, we can actually take it to exhibitions on public transport. It'll just go on one of those dollies that you can get hold of that you sort of wedge underneath it, tilt it over and pull it along. I'm going to elasticate it to that, and then when it goes on the coaches, things like that, we can have all the equipment inside this side that can go to the exhibition, and the legs can be elasticed onto the outside of the box. And we can treat the whole thing as if it was a big suitcase, because it fits in the dimensions of a large suitcase. So I'm actually able to take it pretty much anywhere on public transport, which will in turn increase my enjoyment, because I like to travel by train as well. So I could actually take it on the train as well. But there we go. Now you'll probably see a bit more of this layout in the future as we go on. Again, I really want to thank my latest subscribers and those of you that have been subscribed and followed the journey so far. I couldn't have got this far without you. Absolutely not. So thanks to you in its entirety. And in the future, I really, really do look forward to the next 1,000. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Take care everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.